Where did you get the inspiration from?
Yes, this is the next project, bit of a carving project, I think. But it's the inspiration is from, I think, Charles the King. Do you think he looks like him? Got that nose, isn't he, Jake?
He does indeed.
And he's got, I don't think Charles is a rocker though, but this is my autometer. That's the professional name for it. And it's a mechanical toy. And it works from a single cam here on a spindle. And you can see, can you see it moving? There he is. Oh, he's lost his arm. So, it's made in several parts, you can see. The head comes off and it has that central pin here, or piece of dowel. So it all sits on that piece of dowel. So the actual mechanism is fairly simple. Can you see there? So it's on an eccentric wheel or a cam, and it operates obviously the follower, which is that part there, through the hole here in that sort of reciprocating manner. Oh, the head. Oh, I've got his arm on a spring. He really is a rocker.
Where did you get the timber from?
The timber's actually from old pallet wood, and I've just carved it. You can even adjust the guitar, but the actual design, I suppose, can be varied. What goes on to the follower, the pin here, can be varied. I think it's quite funny actually.
Yeah, it's
taking a little bit of time on the carving.
It's quite a neat bit.
But it could be, I mean, it could be a little rabbit in there with the head coming off on and off, couldn't it? Or a frog or something.
Kangaroo jumping up and down.
Kangaroo. Now the frame here, you may recognise it. Really basic idea. That's made from, amazingly, a piece of £2, £3 a metre studding they use in house building. Very, very simple stuff to carve. I say simple, easy to carve in shape. That was cut out with a coping saw, and it's just held with one screw there, countersunk screw, a simple piece of pine wood at the base. And this can all be taken apart so easily. Oh, turned his legs round. But I think the inspiration really came from Charles being the king recently, so
yeah,
there he is. There's a rocking away. So I suppose tools to use. The coping saw was used. There's the coping saw was used to cut out this piece here, the hollow. I mean, that's the hardest part really, and then getting it nice and round. And that's achieved using a half-round file.
And I suppose you could use a rasp if your
you could use a rasp.
saw.
I'll actually find a rasp.
If the coping saw didn't go to plan.
No, is a coarser version of the file, much coarser version in the file. And I use the tenon saw for any straight cuts, of course. All the straight cuts, tenon saw. Oh, I've got a counterbalance on the head there to make sure the head falls.
Oh yeah.
Not a counterbalance, just a weight. There's a little spring I've employed there. And I think, you know, I think for the youngsters it could be a simpler model on top. But the basic mechanism part, I think, on that single cam and follower idea and this little crank here is the thing to get right. Ooh, there he goes, he even spins, Jake.
And you left out one of my favourite tools, the block plane.
Oh yeah, I did use the block plane actually for doing that chamfer there. Doing that edge there, across there. Can you see? And there, of course, the block plane. I should have mentioned that. Careful marking out, a bit of careful design work, working with an adult, perhaps on some of the more complicated parts. There's the central spindle there, Jake. Obviously you have to drill that through, and that's just a 5mm down all the way through. So that's the
and then it goes right to that side.
I've got another one on this side. So there's the cam idea, cam and follower. So it's a very simple operation there. Bit of mechanisms there, systems and controls, some people call it. And the next project we're going to be talking about is this jitterbug, which I will show the viewers in the next video. This is a bit of inspiration. Ooh, this is my jitterbug. We'll go on to that's another day. Bit of simple electronics. It made a lizard version.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let me put that one on. Anyway, we'll go back to this one later. Ooh, it's a bit mad, that one.
That's brilliant.
He's got a cold, that one. So that's the mechanical toy, the autometer project, and I think that will hopefully will give you a bit of inspiration for the next Shedhacks type project for you. And I think it's for those perhaps from the age 9 upwards, really, working with an adult perhaps. The carving is obviously something which is high end, but you know, this whole top piece can be simplified. Like I say, it could be a little frog with its tongue pads popping in and out or something.
Were there any specialist like carving tools you used?
Not really. I used these mainly, these sort of files and rasps and the tennis saw and the bench hook to hold wood. It's not a complicated project.
Did
but,
you use a knife for any of the carving? Or?
No, I used a file. I just used a file to carve
Brilliant.
these. Look, carve these.
That one's a
And a lot,
rasp.
yeah, a lot of sanding with some pretty fine glass paper or sandpaper. But no, it's just a bit of time, and the design, of course, has to be carefully thought through. But there you go. Great. What do you think, Jake?
I think it's brilliant.
Good.
I like it.
Try to give him another go. There he goes. He's really rocking now.